Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. I do love me some Undertale music. Here's the thing, though, is I feel like Undertale music can sometimes be a little sad. So let's swap back to this shit, I think. Let's see. How's that feeling? Yeah. That works. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Oops. What the fuck? Here we go. Hello. Hello, gang. There we go. Hi. Hello, everybody. Hello, stream operator. How's it going, everybody? Happy Saturday morning, Dooger. We just got in from spending a little bit of time outside. It is hot today. Yes, it is. It is hot today. I'm drinking tea. I could have, if I had thought ahead, could have made some cold tea, but not right now. First stream in literally years. What's up? How are you? That was a really limp one. The full power. Fall can't get here soon enough, dude. So warm. I actually didn't realize until we went outside, because it was like, I don't know, a little over an hour ago, and I was like, hey, we've been, just like chilling and eating and doing Play-Doh and whatever. It's like, we should go outside and let the chickens out, and our blankie's still set up. Not the fabric one, but the like. This song is really tripping me out. Okay. The like waterproof picnic blanket was still set up outside because I was like, we'll probably use it again tomorrow. And so I was like, we could like, just sit outside on the blankie or play or whatever. I went up doing some lifting, Anyways. Yeah, the second we stepped outside, I was like, whoop, let's put some sunscreen on. Let's put some sunscreen on real fast, because holy shit. Also, yesterday, if you were here for the stream yesterday, you might remember me saying, yeah, I keep like doing dicey shit with my tummy. So, I had like food poisoning for a few days, and I keep eating shit that makes me go, man, I really hope I don't regret this later. Last night at like 9 p.m., around the time that MangaPod was starting, Sam messaged me and was like, I really want McDonald's. I was like, well, I am on MangaPod, so I can get you McDonald's after MangaPod if you're down to wait, but otherwise, no go, right? And he was like, if you're willing to go get it, that's fine. And honestly, I love me a little night drive because there's less people on the road and it's very chill and I can listen to whatever I want. So I was like, sure, yeah, I'll go get you something. So I also got myself a thing, came home, and was eating like some late night fries and stuff. And the second I was done, I was like, that was a mistake. Yeah, that was definitely a mistake. Got in bed. I woke up in the morning. I was like, I feel terrible. So I messaged Sam, I'm not eating fast food for a while. I'm not eating fast food for a while. We rely on it a lot, and that's fine. And if you want to keep eating it, that's fine. But like, holy shit, I feel terrible. So, yeah. So today so far has been tea and vegetables, and that's it. I'm giving my body some of the shit that it has been sorely neglected for. Nice to see the coffee company is still going. Oh yeah, we're doing great. We're working on some new stuff. I'm very excited. This tea actually is a tea that, if you're a long time Dodger coffee person, this is a tea that we had in the store at one point and is not in there right now, but we're thinking about putting it back in.
Welcome, you fine.
So I didn't spoil a thing. I'm just giving you clues. But yeah, there's lots of good stuff going with the coffee company, and we're working on Cat Gang stuff. And Great Galleon, welcome to the Cat Gang. Thank you so much for the support. Not confirming or denying. It's up to say I love the coffee. I'm so glad. That's so wonderful. I love hearing that feedback. You can also leave reviews on the site now. That's very good. I'm trying to do the, like, what's the name of the mom in Arrested Development? When she's like... that classic gif. Lucille, yes. Don't wink like that. Why are you winking at me? I know. Rip that actress. She was lovely. I mean, in person, who knows? But, you know. But played a lot of characters that I really adored. Yep. I think it's gonna be a bust out the fans and the air conditioners sort of day. Although Sam never put the air conditioner away in his office, to be fair. His office gets hot so fast. We're talking about maybe going on a walk. There's a thing I like need us to get done in the house, because every time I see it, it depresses the shit out of me. So I was like, Sam, when you wake up and I'm done with work, I need us to just do this thing. So I'm hoping that it can be, let's do this thing and then let's go on a walk. How are those crazy circle fans? I see them a lot. I'm always curious. They're really nice if you have kids, because there's nothing for them to, like, smack their hand on if they're, like, trying to touch the fan, you know? Yeah, they work really well. They say that they're cooling, that somehow they cool the air. I don't necessarily know about that, but yeah, it's got lots of different speeds. It can oscillate or not. We have a huge one, like a really tall one. This is before we broke down and just bought AC units, but like our first heat wave in England, we bought like a tall one and two small ones. And so I keep a small one in my office. Sam has a small one in his office, and the tall one is in our bedroom. And then there's one AC unit in Clarky's room. Do the pre-ground beans on your website work on French presses? It does work. It's not the exact right coarseness level for a French press. It's a little finer ground because it's intended to be used with like a drip coffee machine. So if you have a grinder, or if you can find one, I would recommend getting the whole beans. Flavor wise, we always recommend that anyway, but I would recommend getting the whole beans and then grinding them to like the right coarseness for a French press. French press is too much work. It's like the identical amount of work to a drip coffee machine. A drip coffee machine, you get out the filter, you put the filter in the thing, you scoop the coffee into the thing, and then you press a button. And with a French press, you scoop the coffee into the French press, you pour water in, you let it sit there for a while, and then you're pressing the button is pressing the top down. It's like the same number of steps. Greetings from Norway. If you wind up getting our coffee, that's amazing. I hope that you like it. I always love when people come back and say how they feel about it. So pour over is pour over is pretty good. I like pour over because you can get just the individual pour over guys. But we also now have like an itty bitty French press that I bought that Sam still makes fun of me for, but I use it more often than I use the tall one. So. Why is this song on a lo-fi list? Hold on. Sometimes with those lists, you'll find that there's a specific point where it really like it loses the plot, you know? Like there are a couple of different lists that I followed for a while. There's a cyberpunk music list that I followed for a long time, and I still like a lot of the music on it, but there's a certain, if you're scrolling through, there's a certain point where it's like, I don't know, I'm not really running into like the same exact vibe of music, so I'm just gonna do kind of adjacent shit, and it basically just turns into a dubstep list instead, or like an EDM list instead, and I'm like, that's not what I signed up for. That's not what I wanted out of this. Can you make 12 cups or more at a time with a French press? I've never seen one that could. No. You would need a gigantic one. A barrel press. The thing that I need to use a bit more again is the fuck, what's it called? The metal thing that makes like kind of not quite espresso shots, but like sort of like espresso shots. What is that thing called? A mocha pot, thank you. I forgot you dyed your hair, it freaked me out. Yes. He's dyed. I love the colors in it are so good. I keep going back and forth on if I want to like add color to the front. Yeah, I know a lot of people that love AeroPresses. I do not like them, but that's okay. Yeah, I go back and forth. We have a Chemex. I use the Chemex a decent amount. I have the biggest splashback problem with the Chemex though, for whatever reason. French press is always easy, so I love having the French press around. I'm trying to make cold brew for the first time. Didn't measure anything. I hope it'll taste okay. I'm sure it'll be fine. I keep thinking about doing that though too. Making my own cold brew, especially, I guess, again, especially on a day like today when I'm like, it's fucking hot. It's yucca. Normally, I literally just make a thing of coffee, like a French press or something. I'll make a full press of coffee and then just throw the whole thing in the fridge after it's like cooled down to room temperature. I'll just throw it in the fridge. How is it drinking and making coffee in the land of tea? Honestly, very weird. Well, not as weird anymore. I'm pretty used to it. But yeah, when I first moved here, I was talking about how the coffee aisle is almost entirely instant coffee. And people didn't believe me. But like instant coffee is huge here. Way bigger than it is in America. Also, depending on the grocery store that I go to, I might not even be able to find whole bean coffee. It might be like instant coffee and bags of ground coffee and no whole bean coffee. The little that's nearby, I was looking there and they had one whole bean coffee last time I went. I was like, oh my goodness, whole bean coffee at Little? America has instant tea, which we don't. Instant tea? Instant tea? What is instant tea? Like tea bag. Instant tea? Tea powder. Drink. US. They're right. Lipton. Lipton iced tea mix. Sweet. It's a oh, it's to make instant like sweet tea. The reason I don't know about this is because because America, there are some areas that are really into sweet tea and other areas don't really care about it. That's why. That's why I don't know about it, is because I didn't grow up in the South at all. Southern sweet tea is built different, dude. Southern sweet tea is a whole other league. Oh, Charismo, thank you very much. I'm glad that you're enjoying yourself. I appreciate it. Yes, instant coffee is good for baking. That like Delgado, whatever, the tea thing that people were doing for a while there, where you like foam up, or coffee thing where you foam up coffee. That's done with instant coffee. There's lots of like interesting things you can do with instant coffee, and honestly, I don't mind instant coffee, which a lot of you guys know. So. Dalgona? Is that what it is? Sometimes you're in a hurry and you just want instant coffee, you know? Also, I would argue that instant coffee just has a different flavor to like French pressed coffee, or, you know, to like making coffee from bean. They taste like different drinks to me. And sometimes I just want instant coffee. Yeah, don't gatekeep coffee. You can admit, well, I was going to say you can admit anything about how you drink coffee and we're not going to judge. But you know what? You know, there might be some ways that you could drink it that I would 100% judge. I just eat the beans. The beans are great. Chocolate covered coffee beans are 100% a thing. With a syringe straight into my bloodstream. See, you know what I was thinking? I was also thinking of a video that I saw forever ago, where someone was doing like a really grotesque version of a body shot. And I was like, if someone drank coffee that way, nope. I would not approve. Oh, I tweeted you last night asking about what nail polish you got, Clark. I finally got vaccinated and I want to go to a party with a sick new look. Okay, so it's good shit. Yeah. The one that I grabbed before is still in here. It's called Miss Nella. Miss Nella. Now I will tell you, because it's great because it peels right off when you don't want it anymore. But because it's meant to peel off, it's really easy to nick it, right? To just like be doing normal shit and then look and see it starting to peel a little bit on the tips. If you don't care about that, then great. But yeah, Miss Nella. It comes in like tons of different colors. If you're the sort of person that just wants to be able to like really satisfyingly peel your nail polish right off whenever you want, or if you've got a little kid, it's not toxic, it peels off, you don't have to use any sort of a thing to get it off. It's great. Yeah, it doesn't smell like anything. I guess if I get really close it smells like something, but it does have a little bit of a smell, like a chemical-y smell, but it's not very strong, if that helps. Good question. I felt bad tweeting you. You should never feel bad tweeting me. Just keep in mind, sometimes I don't see them because Twitter's messed up. I can literally be told by a friend, hey, I tweeted you a thing, and click the mentions button and not be able to find it. So... yeah. Twitter's very stupid. I agree. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited though. I have 2 different people working on commissions for me. This morning I was like, I just really want to like commission some of my mutuals if any of them are taking commissions right now. And so I have Sanji-chan is working on a picture of Moral because that's what she wanted to do. She was like, I love your mushroom kid. Can I draw them? I was like, yes. And the other one is still in process, but I'm very excited. No, it's I literally just tweeted being like, hey, any of my mutuals or any of you guys accepting commissions, or do you know somebody who's accepting commissions? And if you're interested in drawing a bunny girl or a mushroom kid, let me know, because I'd love to commission a few artists to like draw those 2 characters. And so far I've had 2 people respond. Yes. Do you have trousers on? Can you put trousers on, please? Thank you. This thing has saved me. It's every single time she goes to open the door and she goes, "Mommy, can you move it out the way, please?" I'm like, not yet. I normally get commissions by, Twitter. Either if I see somebody that I follow say, "Hey, I've got commissions open," if I'm like, "Oh, I really wanted to commission them," or, "Oh, I would love to commission them just because." Yes. Sorry, baby, I can't hear you. What's up? That skirt is very cute. Here, let's put pants on as well, though, okay? Really quick. Come on. Look at this poncho, dude. Daddy can help you then. Yes, my love? Yeah. I'm not going to. I'm leaving the door open now. Because you've got clothes on, so we're good. She says. Oh, God, it's so warm. Hi. Sorry. She was like, "Mommy, what about my bags?" And I was like, "Your bags? No, my bags." "Your backs? No, my bags." It's like, she was like, "Daddy knows what I'm saying." I was like, "Great, go talk to Daddy then." No. Books, she says pretty clearly. What was she trying to say? I have no idea. In the end, she was like, "Daddy gets me." And I was like, "Cool. You can go talk to Daddy then." That shirt is awesome. Thank you. It's an OmoCat shirt. I think OmoCat still sells this shirt. I bought it forever ago, though. Isn't Sam asleep? Well, technically, while I'm working, Clarky's on daddy time. So I do not feel bad being like, "Go to Sam. I love you." Is Clark more of a daddy's girl? She's not either. We both spend so much time with her that honestly, like, she's really close with both of us. I would say that Sam, out of the two parents, Sam is the one who is weakest. He's the one that's like, she said that she wanted another cupcake. What was I supposed to do? Right. But I think that she's really close with both of us, which is nice. Longtime viewer since the first Q&A video on YouTube. Literally learned English listening to your gaming news videos while I would play video games. Cheers. Aww. That's amazing. I hope you're doing well. Haven't been here in a while, but I love your hair. Thank you. We're starting to get into the greasy stage, so I'm getting creative. But yeah, you know, when it comes to the important things, Sam and I are completely on the same page, which helps a lot. So the little things like me coming downstairs and being like, what is she eating today? Did she have dinner? And Sam's like, kind of. She had a sort of dinner. Like, all right.
Welcome, you fine cat-loving, coffee-drinking burrito.
Thank you for that gifted sub, Comfortable Stranger. Dinner is just an idea. No, for real. Like, if from my perspective, I don't need her to like sit down and eat a meal necessarily, right? If over the last, hour or two, she's basically had the snacks that would make up a balanced meal, right? Honestly, I'm like, cool, we did it. she's eaten good food. This morning was literally, she just kept asking for fruit, and at a certain point I had to be like, honey, you've had so much fruit, we're gonna eat some vegetables now. And she was like, okay, and just sat and ate vegetables and cheese for a while. And I was like, cool, she's eating a lot of good shit this morning. I'm happy. She didn't really want breakfast, so it was like, what does she want to eat? She just wants fruit. It's hot, I get it. Sam is either yelling at video games or being a sweetheart to his daughter. Absolutely. Those are the two Sams. He's also a sweetheart to me, but he can be a snarky sweetheart to me. The two genders. No, basically no houses in England have AC. It's very rare for a house to have AC in England. But we have 2 portable AC units. So one of them is downstairs and one of them is in Clark's room, because I would prefer to be miserable and sweaty all night trying to sleep, but know that Clark has a perfectly nice room, than vice versa. So we all have 2 wolves. Stop. Yeah, dude. Tonight, if it's just miserable and I'm laying in bed like, she comes in going, Mommy, I'm scared. Can you come into my bed? I'll be like, well, I guess if I must. I suppose I shall. Only for a moment, Clark. No AC running PCs in the summer must be hell. Yeah, this is why. Spatula, how are you? Yeah, this is why, like, my office and Sam's office are just the fucking worst. Is, like, these days when it's really hot outside and these UK houses just trap heat, and then you're running, like, a high-powered PC, and you're just sitting in it, you know? I am. Yeah, I live in England. No AC, I would die, dude. It's yuck. It does pay off in winter, 100%. When did you move to the UK? December 2019. Right before the pandemic. Very good timing. I have a thriving social life here. Yeah. It's fun. Honestly, like, people keep asking me, like, man, it must be so different living in England. But because we've basically just been in our houses for X, Y, and Z obvious reasons, it's mostly the same. The biggest issue really is just, like, keeping up with people because of time zones, you know? Like, everybody that I want to talk to is ready to hang out with and talk to somebody at my bedtime. Which is no fun. You kind of interact with the other parents of the kids at daycare. I mean, sure. Does that count as a social life? Standing in a queue waiting to drop off my kid and one of the parents turning around and going, "What's up?" I'm like, "Not much." And then we both walk to our car. That's it. That's the one. Guys, Spatula in chat is someone that I met through Calistro, but they're lovely. They do like 3D modeling streams and stuff like that. You should check them out. They play Nia in Calistro. I mention this because, not only because you're in chat, but also because somebody recently, like yesterday, was asking who were like characters that Moral hung out with in Calistro, and I was like, oh, I feel like Moral and Nia vibed really well. We didn't get to hang out that much, but what are we gonna do for 8 months? Dude, I was like, maybe I'll look into other like VR RP stuff, but almost all of them start at like 2, 3, 4 a.m. for me. I was like, it's not worth it. I'll just wait. Yes, I should VIP them. That's a great idea. There. Now you can talk as much as you want. They go for like 7 hours sometimes. I think I saw you tweet about a different RP that you were doing, being like, how do people do this shit? I've been on my feet for so long, I want to die. Time to start your own UK-based VR LARP. I don't have the strength. I don't have the strength. I'm a baby VR LARPer. But hey, Kelly's teaching me Blender basics. So maybe I can Frankenstein myself a model finally.
Welcome, you fine cat-loving, coffee-drinking
Aww.
babe.
Thank you, Anon. The journey of 1,000 miles, dude. I think I mentioned this yesterday, but Sam Sam came in. Yeah, I did mention this yesterday. Sam came in after my Blender boot camp with Kelly. And was like, "What'd you stream?" I was like, "Oh, Kelly's trying to teach me Blender," and he was like, "Have fun with that." Because I guess he also tried to learn Blender and was like, "This fucking sucks. Rigging is so hard. I'm out." It's like, it's really interesting though. It is really interesting. I feel like some of the fiddly stuff, you know, once you get it right, then you just leave it alone and you can just be satisfied. But Jesus. Blender is even better now too. The old interface was rough. Oof. Yeah. I definitely want to mess around with it more. I just really want... I don't need to be like a Blender master. That's not going to happen. But being able to, if I'm doing more like VR chat stuff and I have a model, being able to like do small changes to it or whatever, you know, if something happens with Moral, not having to like message Sketch and be like, "I know that you're fucking busy doing 8,000 other things, but could you do this on my model really fast?" Like being able to do that stuff for myself would be really nice. Carla, if it makes you feel better, I studied it for 4 years and 3D still makes me cry. That doesn't make me feel better. That makes me think there's no light at the end of any of the tunnels. That makes me feel like I should just stop now. Carla, I'm gonna VIP you too. You see a tunnel. It was for me a wall. Yeah, I mean, I think it's so cool that Kelly was literally like, "I want to do VR stuff, so I'm just gonna learn Blender," and just taught herself Blender. I think that's amazing. And I think that she was a really great teacher when trying to explain like the basics of things. Like I do feel like she gave me the building blocks to be able to figure some things out on my own, which is really nice. So yeah. And she's messaged me a couple of times as well, being like, "Hey, if you have any questions or if you want to do another like stream together or whatever, like just let me know," which is really sweet. The tunnel is just painted on. What, like Looney Tunes? Fuck. I bet Telly could learn Blender in a week. She's a superhero. Telly is a superhero. That's fair. I want to do an Isaac stream with Kelly for sure. I think that would be fun. Get Clark to learn Blender. Oh my gosh, it was very cute. I was asking Clark, I was like, "What do you want to be when you grow up, do you think?" And she was like, "I want to be a builder." I was like, "Oh, nice." She was like, "Yeah, I'm going to build stuff." She was like, "And then I'm going to work at Nanny's house." I was like, "Oh, you're going to work at Nanny's house?" She was like, "Yeah, I'm going to work with Nanny." I was like, "Well, Nanny works with numbers. Do you want to work with numbers?" And she was like, "Yeah." So, look, if I raise a child who can do my taxes for me, who's like, "Mom, this stuff is so easy." Like, fuck, it's all worth it. All of this. All of this raising a child stuff is so worth it in the end. You need numbers in building, right? So my mother-in-law is the accountant manager, like CEO basically, of my brother-in-law's scaffolding business. So she works in building, but she's the numbers person. So I was like, I mean, technically you would be working in building if you worked with Nanny, but you wouldn't get to be building shit, you know? Kids will be teaching us technology in 20 years. I keep waiting for the moment when Clark does something. She's 3, by the way, for anybody who missed that. I keep waiting for the moment when Clark does something and I'm like, how'd you do that? And she's like, oh, Mom, it's so easy. I'll be like, no. No, it's happened. Are you safe with the door open? My cousin throws her clothes off randomly. I mean, I think it's safe. I thought she was going to go talk to Sam for like a hot second and then come back. But I think what happened is she went in there and Sam was like, honey, your mom is working. Like, stay here. And so now I'm worried that, yeah, she could have shucked off her clothes in that time. But she also told me off for putting this in front of the door. And I don't know if it's going to set her off. If she comes back and it's in front of the door again, she's gonna be like, Mom, I told you not to put that in front of the door. Clark is very outdoorsy, that is true. I love it. It's cracked open a little bit, but it's still in front of the door. Every time I go to pick up Clark, whoever brings her out to us and gives us like the rundown on how her day went, every single time they're like, yeah, she was basically outside all day. She didn't want to come inside. This is why I keep saying she's so good for us, because I can say something to her like today, like, hey, I'm going to work now. I need you to have your quiet time. But when I'm done, and when you're done with your quiet time, maybe all 3 of us, you know, you, me, and Daddy, maybe we can all go on our wood walk. Or, because there's like some woodlands that we found with a really pretty walk in it. Maybe we can go into the woods, or maybe we can go to the park, or whatever you want to do. And she gets so fucking excited. Like, yes! Yes! Let's go! So, it's good for us, because I love that shit too, but it's also very easy for me to just, you know. Yeah. She's really into the woods because it hasn't washed away yet. The 2 times that we've been there, the entire lake is bright orange, which I showed to chat and is apparently totally normal. But she just stares at it. Yeah, it's orange. I watched a video yesterday of somebody treating their chicken's feet. Their chicken had like growths all over its feet, and they were treating it and like wrapping the feet and stuff, and I got really paranoid about my chickens. And while we were outside, I was trying to like peep their feet while they were walking around. I was worried. I think their feet are fine. The day that she goes in the water isn't orange. She's gonna be pissed. Facts. It's not morning anymore. Here? No. It's almost 2 p.m. in England. I hear her. It's like an algae thing, if I recall correctly. The algae in the water is like turning it orange. It's like minerals, algae, etc. shit. Spatula, have you not gone to sleep yet? Or have you woken up early? You don't have to say anything else. I woke up at 12 a.m. Okay. Okay, that's so neither, and that's fine. I have the 5G shot. My sleep is screwed. Oh, dude. Living that stripping life. I was gonna say that's like Sam if Sam didn't have a kid. That nightlife. Yeah, I think we're getting our second shot in August sometime. I think that's the earliest that we can get it, is end of August. Hello. Is your skirt on? Okay. What are you showing me? Your skirt. It's so cute. Hi, Watson. Hi. Watson doesn't have a skirt. That's true. Blech. Stop messing with your nose. We don't want it to hurt, do we?
I want some lotion.
You want lotion for your nose?
Yeah.
This is my kiddo.
Pills and for my face.
Lotion for your face. Oh, I see. Ugh. Let's see. Okay. So, put your finger in, just grab a little bit. There you go. Shall I do it too? Beep.
Beep.
Beep. Oh, the lotion's nice and cold, isn't it? There, we put our lotion on. Good job, team. Okay, I think that's enough, don't you think?
Yeah.
Okay, now you rub it in. Get your forehead and your chin. Up here. Perfect. We did it.
I suck.
Hi, chat.
Mommy, I want to paint my nails.
Okay, we can do that after I'm done with work.
Oh my gosh, Mom. I paint my nails because I'm a big girl.
You can't paint them by yourself, honey, because it gets too messy. Okay?
It won't get messy this time.
It won't get messy this time.
No.
Well, what if I want to paint my nails with you? Do you think that we can paint our nails together? Can you be patient so that we can do it together?
No.
No, you can't.
No, because I'm a big girl.
I know, but whether or not you're a big girl doesn't mean that we can't do an activity together, huh? Because see? Should I paint my nails? She's like, how do I answer this in a way where I get to paint my nails all by myself? Stop messing with your nose, baby.
Mommy, I want to sit on it by myself.
You want to sit on my chair by yourself?
Yeah.
But I'm working right now, though. You want to work with me? Interesting. I know you are. Oh. Oh. Well done. They are. They're the spicy ones. Do you remember?
Yeah, what does that say?
This says kickin' sour cream. So sour cream is a type of food. Kickin' typically means like it refers to having a kick. So it means it's spicy. So like if you eat something, it feels like somebody went, "Mah!" Yeah, so it's kickin' sour cream. Trying to explain English to a child.
Why has it got green holes?
Because it's spicy. And so sometimes when things are spicy, they'll make it look, they'll like use like devils, you know, like little demons with little like horns and stuff. They'll use those to note like, oh, it's spicy because it's hot, right? So they've taken the crisp and they've put little devil horns on it, but they made them green.
I think that's a spicy chicken for cream.
It says spicy chicken.
Yes.
Oh.
Spicy chicken cream.
Spicy chicken cream.
Yeah.
I don't want to eat those. That sounds yucky.
It's not yucky. It's very good for grown-ups.
Oh, it's really good for grown-ups. Okay. Don't mess with your nose. Don't mess with your nose. Love you, darling. And there she goes. Her nose has been, because she's had a runny nose, so her nose is like really itchy lately. So yeah, she just walks around the house like itching it and picking it and stuff, and we keep being like, stop. And then last night she had a really bad nosebleed. And Sam was like, I guess we should stop messing with her nose, like implying that because she was like doing this all day, she got a nosebleed. And I was like, but that's not the truth. Oh, whatever. Baby girl. Kids are fun, dude. It's really fun. That's what my parents told me, so I would stop picking my nose.
Welcome, you
Arnar, thank you so much for the gifted subs.
burrito.
If we were gifted a sub by Arnar or anybody else today, welcome to the Cat Gang. Be sure to thank whoever it was that gifted you a sub. It's very sweet. I get nosebleeds from the heat. So I think a lot of people do. Because the first time that Clark got a nosebleed in the middle of the night, I was talking with my mother-in-law and she was like, oh, that happened to all of my kids if they got overheated. So if they like wrapped themselves up too tightly in their blankets or whatever, they would get a nosebleed at night. So I was like, fuck, maybe it got too hot last night and that's why she got that nosebleed. But also because we've been running the fan, it's just really dry in there. And I don't think that I thought to put on the humidifier, so it could have been that. Who knows? I get nosebleeds so rarely. Noisebleed. How am I dealing with the heat? It's fine right now. It's not as bad as I think it's going to get. I think it's going to be really, really bad over the next couple of days, but kids are funnier if they aren't your own. My 2-year-old niece wanted to wash her dirty clothes by herself. And threw all her clothes in the dishwasher on top of the clean dishes and managed to start it. The spinny water wings all broke off. Oh my god. But like, that's a scenario. That's like a quintessential like patience is key scenario, right? Like she tried to do the thing herself. She was like, I know how to do this. Hi. Hi, cutie pie. Are you looking at yourself? Yeah. Your skirt's very cute. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
It's the only long skirt you have, huh? You have lots of short skirts. Yes, I do. Good initiative, poor judgment. I mean, it's not even poor judgment. They don't know everything. The kids said to themselves, I know where things get cleaned. And tried to do a thing by themselves. It's like, yeah, great initiative. You took some logical steps that were unfortunately not correct, right? You gotta get the walk right when you enter a room, dude. The stairs make me nervous. She's really good with them now, thank goodness. But she still does stuff occasionally where I'm like, not in front of the stairs. It sounds like you're discussing politics. I mean, this is a topic that comes up a lot with kids. Is like kids getting angry about stuff and you as the parent getting angry about stuff, right? And the different things that cause that. And sometimes, well, anger generally, right, is a symptom of a different thing. You get angry because of something else that's going on, right? A different emotion or, right? So trying to understand, like, why am I getting angry right now? And is there something underneath that I can unpack to try and, like, help this situation? And also trying to teach your kid to do that. But like scenarios like that, or make it simpler. You hand a kid an egg and you're like, look, it's an egg, and they fucking throw it, and your initial reaction is, no! Don't throw the egg, right? But maybe that's the first time your kid has ever held an egg, and they've now thrown the egg, and they know what happens when they throw an egg. These are things they didn't know before, and now they've seen what's inside of an egg, like up close and personal, you know? Like, all of those things are new things for that kid, but your initial response might be, now I have to clean the egg up off the tile floor, right? Or whatever. Trying to recontextualize shit so that things can be teaching moments. Kids are scientists and parents are just lab assistants. Absolutely. In this context, would you make Clark help clean the egg up? Yeah. I mean, yeah. Say that Clark threw an egg. She has done this before. Say that Clark threw an egg. Would be like, oh man, we threw the egg. When we, eggshells actually are really, really thin. So basically the second that, you drop it or throw it, it's going to break. But inside is all of this stuff. And that's what turns into eggs when we cook eggs, right? We use them when we make muffins, when we make eggs, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But we can't just leave it there. We do have to clean it up. So, and then we clean it up together. But trying to take a second to teach in that scenario with her, in that real life scenario that happened, it was, eggshells are actually really brittle. This is a new thing for you to learn. You have to be really careful when you're holding an egg. And she's learned that now because we have chickens and we have eggs around all the time now. You have to be really, really careful when you pick up an egg because it's so easy to break them. And mommy drops them all the time. And it sucks. But yeah. I was watching a video where a guy was talking about how he used to get so irritated with his kids in the morning because he was like, it just felt like it took forever for us to get in the car and go. And I would yell and I would get so snappy and just bitchy with my kids. And, the difference in time was 2 to 5 minutes. Right? But it irritated me so bad that it was taking longer than I wanted for us to get out the door. And he was like, at a certain point, I realized that I was prioritizing my need for us to get out the door faster over my having a nice morning with my kids. And thinking about that more often has really helped me not do that, to just be you know what, the difference in the amount of time, I could probably make them get out the door, but the difference is so minimal that it's much more worth it to just practice patience and have a good morning with my kids. And I think about that sometimes because I've 100% been that person who's like, honey, we have to go to preschool. We're going. We have to go. We have to go. We have to go. And I just get irritable. It doesn't help anything. If anything, it adds more time because then they're starting to react to your irritation, right? And it's not worth it. It's just not worth it. The end of my tea. My water isn't in here. I brought it next to my side of the bed last night, and I thought to myself too when I did it, I picked up the water as I was heading to bed, because remember, again, I had a McDonald's tummy, and I was like, I'm going to feel like shit in a hot minute, and I'm going to want some water next to the bed. And I also thought to myself, but later when I stream, I really need to remember to bring the water back in here, because I'm going to be upset if I go to stream and the water isn't there. And now here we are. Hi, you going downstairs? What for? What are you gonna do? Nothing. Okay. No, she's never had an accident down the stairs, thank goodness. You want some Ribena? We can't have Ribena right now, but if you're patient, we can do some Ribena after I'm done, okay? Yeah, and then we can all go. If Daddy's feeling up to it, otherwise just you and I can go. Okay, you can ask Daddy if you want. Clarky, I just need you to be patient for just a little bit longer, okay? Because I'm still streaming.
Okay.
Okay, I love you.
Love you.
Ribena, yeah, is a blackcurrant drink. It's very good. She's so polite. I know, dude. We need to update the Clark emote. Even better near Christmas when there's spiced Ribena. I've never had that. Ribena is like kind of a newer thing for me. We never had a reason to have it in our house until Clark was like old enough to want to have some. And so Sam always buys it. I still never think to buy it, but Sam always buys it now to have it in the house. So, spiced Ribena. I will keep an eye out for this. It sounds like mulled wine for kids. I think that's exactly what it's meant to be, yeah. I was thinking to myself it would be a funny emote. You know how people have the like peeking through the door emote, but it's just Clark. Yes, those. Yeah, all that shit. Ribena is so much in the US. I don't think it's a US product, so it's probably getting imported. What does blackcurrant taste like? It's a berry. It has like a berry flavor. I love a mulled wine, but my family rarely drinks alcohol. I just get myself some pre-made ones during Christmas. I made mulled wine this last Christmas. It was my first time making it, and it turned out pretty good. It did take a while for the flavors to blend properly, I would say. At the point where the recipe was like, and now you've made mulled wine, congratulations. I tried it and I was like, I mean, it's wine, so it's fine. But like a couple hours after that, when it had just kind of like settled, it tasted amazing. But again, was that because I had already started drinking wine and I cared less? I don't know. I also still really want to try making mead because I really like mead, and I was gonna make it like years ago and it never wound up happening. Mead. Glog? I don't think I know what that is. Oh, it's spiced wine. Oh, I wonder if it tastes the same. I'm making kombucha. I've said this before, but my brother made kombucha. I don't know if he still does. I'll have to ask him. Now I have lots of star anise laying around for nothing. Oh, you could use it in like, you know, sometimes during like the holiday seasons, people make little lanyards with like dried oranges and star anise and like cinnamon sticks and stuff. Maybe you could just like, maybe you could make like festive shit if you can't think of anything to use it in cooking for. But you can also make like an at-home like chai with star anise and a few other things. Got gifted to the best rapper on Twitch. I'd love to try home brewing. I think I would really enjoy it, but the problem is I don't drink. I have a friend who makes beer and doesn't like beer, which I find bizarre. I'm like, how do you know if it's good? Question mark. I'm like, I don't know. I have friends who like beer, so I let them try it. My same friend hates beer and brews it. I'm his test subject. Yeah, I think some people just like the process, you know. Same friend though, bottles exploded. So just be careful about that shit. That's the shit that scares me. It's so interesting to see the streamers I've watched as a younger person grow up with me. Yeah, lately, well, I say lately, but it feels like over the last year, nearly every stream somebody shows up in chat and is like, oh my god, I watched you like 10 years ago or something, you know, or like, oh, when I started watching you, I was in middle school and now I'm graduating at university, like shit like that. That like puts into context how long I've been making content, which is wild. But yeah, any of you guys who've been here forever, I appreciate you very much. I appreciate all of you, but like, yeah, it's wild the number of you guys who have been around for years and years and years, you know? I started watching it before I met my wife, and we have 4 kids together. Dude, what? That's wild. How long ago was the video where you portrayed a console? I don't know what you mean. That video doesn't exist. I don't know that because that video isn't real. I think the first video I saw you in was you and TB playing Sacrifice. That was forever ago. That was, yeah, when TB started his show, This Is Why We Can't Have Nice Things. And it was about, like, games that were underrated or, like, flew under the radar or whatever. Yeah, I forgot about that. It must have been a dream. It never happened. Can we all give a high five to Davis? He's awesome. Davis is lovely. Any plans to start posting again on Press Heart to Continue? I'm walking down memory lane, reminded of the channel. I was just wondering. I don't have any immediate plans to use the channel for anything. I think about it all the time, to be honest, but like whether or not I would enjoy trying to work more into my schedule is the question, right? Yeah, I would love to like add something even just simple to the channel. But I hate editing, and right now I have a really good balance of like work and mom life, and YouTube is just kind of like, ooh, baby. She did have a shirt on. I thought she had no shirt on. I was like, no! I thought you took your shirt off. Don't take it off! No!
I'm not gonna take it.
Why did I say anything? Why did I say anything? Sorry! Oh my goodness. You gotta go. You gotta go. Get out of here. Go to daddy, you goofball. Hey. Hey. I know you do. Oh, thank you. She shut my door for me. What a queen. I was that kid. Dude, same. I was naked all the time. Even in chaos, she has manners. She's a good kid. Tell her there won't be food on the table if she does that. That is an example of a consequence that makes no fucking sense. If you pull your shirt up, you don't get to eat. Toddler brain goes, what? Huh? What? Processing. We're working on sleep training. It's tough. It is tough. Yeah. We're kind of sleep training all over again with Clarky right now because she used the pacifier for so long. She doesn't use it anymore. And so now she doesn't really know how to relax. She doesn't know how to just fall asleep on her own without it. So we're trying to teach her. How do you teach someone how to sleep? It's hard. It is hard. They're called pacifiers in English? Yes. We called it a bibbit in our house. In England, they call them dummies. We call a really common like slang in America is binky. What is it? It's like the thing that babies will suck on for like soothing. Soother was what we called it. Yeah, there's lots of words for it. They recommend that around 3 years old, if you can get them off of it at 3 years old, then you should try to. Some kids use them for a long time though, like way beyond 3 years old. But Clark had naturally given it up around 2 and then had a bunch of teeth come in and could not sleep no matter what we did. And we were like, she really needs to be sleeping, and pacifiers like the sucking motion helps with tooth pain. So Sam was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna give her pacifier back and see if she'll take it, and she did. But then it created a situation where she was really attached to it. Is 18 months too soon? I mean, some kids never have them. I sucked my thumb for like a really, really long time. So I was the one who was, you know, reading stuff online and going, apparently it just gets harder for kids to give them up the older they get. If they're like really attached to it, it just gets harder and harder and harder for them to give it up. So, yeah. So we had a situation where it went missing, and it's the only one left in the house. It went missing, and so we were like, well, I guess this is it. I guess we're done with the pacifier. And so I've found it at this point, but I just hid it. Yeah. Where was it? It was between the bed and the wall. What? My parents stopped giving me soothers at around 1. I kept throwing them in the fireplace. What the fuck? Very chaotic. Is having a fireplace with a 1-year-old safe? I mean, tons of people have wood burners in their houses for their primary heat source and just have to figure out how to keep the kid away from them. So Passive fire. Stop it. Yeah, I think that's what's common, right? Is like, you just put like a huge gate around it that they can't move. Children don't have an instinctual fear of fire. I mean, they're not seeing fire. It's a thing in the house that fire is burning in. It's like the stove. Kids don't touch the stove because they see fire. They touch the stove because it's there and, you know. I'm so fortunate because Clark always wants to help me cook. She's gotten really itty bitty minor burns. Like every now and then she burns herself just a little bit. You can't even really see it. We immediately rinse it underwater and she's basically totally fine. And I've been so fortunate in that. Sometimes I forget stuff is hot and I just grab it. That's my husband, yeah. It's like electric fences for animals. You only touch them once as a kid on a farm. Untrue. 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 Holy shit. My brother and I touched those all the time. By accident, as a dare, all the time. You also do the thing where you all hold hands and you touch it and see if everybody feels it, you know, all that shit. No, that's not true. Sam didn't forget that wasps could sting him. He just knew in his heart that he could grab the entire wasp nest and get into the pool before they stung him. And he was correct. Just to be clear. He just rolled a 20 and was able to do that, and it'll never happen again. Country kids gotta make your own fun. It's true. The athletics build. Yeah, dude. Physical instrument. All points. Head empty. Get wasps away from Kim. I need to play more of my smart boy run on Disco Elysium. Hi, Marielle. Oh, this. Huh. Da, 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 da. How big was the nest? It was pretty small, but like, well, it's like this big-ish. It was, the context is a bunch of friends were, this was way pre-pandemic when we were living in LA. A bunch of friends were coming over for a barbecue, and we realized that the area where we had our barbecue, the like, there was a wasp's nest that was like right next to it. And so in that video, this is after all of us had been talking about like what to do. And Sam kept being the person to be like, I think I can just grab it. Like if I just have a towel, I think I can just grab it and then jump in the pool and they'll all follow me, right? And then they'll just drown. And our friend Isaac, who's more of like a careful dude, was like, well, it says here that the sort of things that you should do. And then there was me going, I mean, we could always just do something different. And Sam got fed up with all the talking. Sam got fed up with all the talking about it and just grabbed a towel and went outside. And we were like, oh my God. Yeah, you should watch it. Yeah, the video. He literally, in the video, grabs the wasp nest, jumps into the pool. He swims to the other end of the pool and surfaces. And after that video, was literally us just like waiting long enough for the wasps to all drown and then using the pool cleaner to like grab all the wasps out of the pool. There were none left. There were none left. Literally, he didn't get stung. None of us did. It's the craziest story still. Yeah, the video was just linked just now in chat. Yeah, and the more recent one is Sam went to put Clark in the car, and when he opened the door, for some reason there was a wasp in the car, and Sam just reached out and crushed it in his hands and got stung. But I was like, what the fuck? And he was like, what was I supposed to do? Let it sting her? It's like, fair? That's fair, you know? Just like such intense dad instincts. Why did he jump in with all his clothes on? You wanted him to go near a wasp nest naked? That would have been a spicier video. It's true. And he definitely would have gotten stung then. Yes, my love. Nothing's in the way, honey. Nothing's in the way. You should be able to just open it, darling. Oh, okay. Hold on. Are you sure you're not pushing? You have to push down and then push forward, right? Yeah. Hello. Yes, my darling. Are you bored? Yeah, I can tell. We've had lots of Clarky visits today, huh? Yeah. What's Daddy doing? Is he asleep? Yeah.
fun with.
He won't do anything fun with you.
No.
Ugh, unreal.
Why are you laying down?
I'm not laying down. I'm just sitting in my chair. I'm just looking at you. What are you doing?
Taking my nap.
Don't pick your nose. You don't want it to get hurt, honey. Hey, where you going?
Downstairs.
Are you gonna paint your nails in the kitchen?
Yeah.
Okay. Just be careful, okay?
I will.
Okay, I love you. I guess she's just gonna go paint your nails. All right. You know, at a certain point, you just let them do it and then come back to carnage later. She just hit the ground and went hee 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 hee. Like she's getting away with something. Fortunately, our kid is a quality time kid. She doesn't like to play by herself really. So even with her being like, I'm gonna go do this thing all by myself, there's a big part of my brain that's going, I think she's probably gonna get bored really quickly and come back up the stairs. But who knows? Maybe she'll be like, this is great. No one's here. I can do whatever I want. I should play by myself more often. Yeah. She goes up and down the stairs all by herself. Big kid. Yeah, she's very social. Have you guys gone to do anything this summer? Aside from like going on walks and stuff, not really. No. We don't have any plans to like travel or anything. I still don't trust that shit. Clark is in preschool. Yep. Is it true what they say that having a kid is like having your heart outside of your body? We've talked about this a few times before. It's like, it's someone who depends on you so entirely that just the way that you think about them is completely different. Yeah. We live in the United Kingdom in England. Like school starts at 4 here. I can hear you, baby, but I'm working. She's literally just sitting in the kitchen yelling, "Mommy! Mommy! Mommy!" Is she hungry? God, I hope not. She ate an entire bell pepper and like 4 big chunks of cheese and a bunch of strawberries, a bunch of raspberries, a piece of toast. Fucking so much food before we came up here. Big breakfast. Lunch. Yeah. Dude, yeah. Mommy. It's so distracting. She's literally just sitting down there saying mommy over and over and over again. It's fine. She knew. She knew she was going down there by herself. She knew. Yeah, we basically ate the same thing because, again, my body feels like shit because I've been eating stupid. So I was like, all right, today is a day of vegetables and tea, etc. Let's say I'm having an extra late night yesterday. Yeah, because if Clark's having a really rough night, sometimes she comes in and sleeps with me, and Sam will stay up until Clark wakes up because he doesn't want to wake her, which is very sweet. And I've told him before that he doesn't have to do that, but he basically would not come to bed until 8 o'clock because Clark was still asleep. So he was like, just text me when she wakes up and then I'll come to bed. So, I know, poor Sam. Can't Sam sleep in her bed? You know, I fit in Clark's bed perfectly. Sam does not. Also, like, backtracking a bit, but I'm actually very curious to see how she does with her nails because she's actually gotten really good at painting her nails. So I'm wondering if without me there being like, remember to let it dry and like blah blah blah, how it'll turn out. We'll see. Anywho, I suppose I'll get going and see if I can take this wild child on a walk. We have a raid leader. Let's see if they're still going. They are. 24-hour stream. Oh my god. Super Mario 64 speedruns, my favorite. Legitimately one of my favorite speedruns to watch. Love that shit. Okay, couple Valentines. Takrio said, parent life. Hell yeah. And Arnar said, I wanted to throw an appreciation for fellow mod, staff, Dodger, and the good folks in the community. It's always interesting and fun to work here. The ups 100% outweigh the downs. Good luck with the heat, rain, weather, being aggro in different ways. And holy toot, where has July gone? For real. For real. It's the 17th already, dude. All right, let's see. 20 hours ago. Nope, that's not the one. Here we go. Eggs and Mint, thank you for the 6 months. Banasteriopsis for the 74. Twin Peaks for the 11. Zer for the 79. Great Galleon, again, welcome to the Cat Gang. Thank you so much. Porzio for the 4 years. Happy anniversary. Thank you so much. Philip Cav, thank you for the 59. Joe for the 4. Ennio for the 8. Demo Cappy for the 2. Tatters for the gifted sub. Adam Batter for the 11. Jordy Mumbles for the 5. Exovan for the gifted sub. Grimsteel Reaper for the 53. Frinks For the 41, Leo Windrider for the 23, Comfortable Stranger for the gifted sub, Boldly Trekking for the 9, happy Twitch baby. An anonymous gifter gifted to Spatula, thank you again. Undisputed Champion for the 45, Meld Iron for the 47, Arnar for the gifted subs, Shmooze Tigger for the 53, Shiren for the 69, Seven Zark 7 for the 32, Crippling Student Debt for the 34, Tactical Luke for the 50, Sir Hamelot for the 42, Kiera for the 35, 4 p.m. in the AM, thank you for the 5, and Avi, thank you for gifting subs at the end here as well. Thank you so much. Thank you to my buds who came by to say hi. Thank you to the mods. Again, if you've been here forever, since it came up earlier, but if you've been here forever, thank you very much. If you've only been here a day, thank you very much. I hope you come back. I hope you had fun. We're going to go raid Drewby. They're doing Super Mario 64 speedruns. And tonight Misdemeanor's canceled. No pirates, dude. No pirate found family tonight. But Godforged should be happening tomorrow. So if you are looking for some D&D or some shit to watch, you can go watch Godforged on Joe's channel tomorrow night, BST. But the next time that I stream normally will be Monday. So I'll see you guys around. Okay. Thanks so much, everybody. Bye-bye. Enjoy your weekend.